So finally, more family members of the Ooni of Ife are actually getting more involved in this fiasco between Olori Miriam and the Queen Naomi, as the Ooni sisters have actually called out Queen Olori Miriam and given her a stern warning to stay away from Naomi. Hello, everyone. Welcome to D&Z TV, the place where we give you up to date information of everything happening in the palace of the Ooni of Ife and the entertainment industry at large. We are here to update you. We're here to give you gist as it unfolds. So, recently, the fiasco between Miriam and Olori Naomi has been getting very intense. Yeah, the fiasco has been getting pretty and really intense. So, the Oni of Ife sisters actually feel that these women are secretly or intentionally dragging their brother's name to the mud. Now, it is not just their brother's name alone, but dragging the entire family's name to the mud. And if this kind of thing continues like this, it's going to be giving them a very kind of negative vibe and negative impression, which is not too good for the palace. So instead of all of those things happening, the sisters have actually put a very stern warning, not just to Miriam alone, but to every other member of the royal family, that they should try and leave the Oni, they should try and leave Queen Naomi alone. That each time they go trying to drag Queen Naomi, they rather tend to cause more chaos in the palace. And if this chaos continues like this, it will, as a matter of fact, degenerate to something very, very chaotic and something very serious. And it's high time they let these women be. It's high time they separate the men from the boys. It's high time they put an end to this. They put an end to this kind of challenges, because these challenges cannot, as a matter of fact, actually do anything meaningful to the palace. The palace has before now been receiving relative good news and relative activity. But with all these incidences that seem to be taking center stage these days, the palace is now nothing but a charade of sort. Yeah, it's a charade of sort because people tend to deviate from the real deal, and instead of them to actually focus on their major, they are now beginning to focus on their struggles. And once you see anyone who consistently continues to struggle in standing up, you will definitely know that something very, very logical is wrong with such a person. So instead of them to find themselves in this kind of mess that will, at the end of the day, affect the whole peace of the palace, they should rather let Naomi to be alone. This is actually the first time that the sisters of the Ooni of Ife will actually be talking for um, on behalf of Naomi, because if you look at it very well, these ladies all have a different ball game to what is happening. Because when you relatively see them and hear them speak, you know that they all have some very deep ulterior motives. And if these ulterior motives are not physically checked or fixed on time, they will rather degenerate to a very different dimension and attitude. And it is also very pertinent to note that these women, as a matter of fact, do not want to leave any stone unturned. A situation where most of them even do not, they care less about what happens in their own homes. So, but rather, to concentrate, instead of them to concentrate in understanding their homes and doing what they need to do, they rather push out their responsibilities and put it up on other people in such ways that it is not really befitting or it's not really encouraging to them. And it is also good to note that most of these women have not really been able to put their house in order. So instead of now putting their house in order, they rather try to disenfranchise other people from having a good setup. So right now, Ooni's sister have sent a warning that if Miriam and her cohort do not desist from constantly targeting and fighting um, Naomi or any other person, they will actually get it hot with them because they are tired of their names being dragged to the mud. And you know how it is. Most of these things, when you see them happen, you think it's only about the Oni. It is not just only about the Oni. It is actually about every other person who is related to the Oni. So if the Oni cannot speak for himself for whatever reason, then it is evident to note that these people need to be curtailed. And Oni sisters have actually led the, the mantra to see that anybody who is um, getting involved in these issues and matters will, as a matter of fact, um, not get a comfortable plan of what to do in the palace. All right, my people, this has been D&Z TV, and we want to say thank you for being part of this conversation. If there's anything you want us to analyze on this channel, do not hesitate to let us know, and we will definitely bring the updates to your doorsteps. Thank you and see you some other time. Bye bye.